begin on Capitol Hill. Well, let's talk. We have Texas Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison and CNBC contributor, former Labor Secretary Robert Reich, author of Aftershock, The Next Economy and America's Future. So, Senator Hutchison, welcome back. Killing Osama is a great moment of unity. Does that spill over into the other great issue that we have to deal with, being the budget and the debt ceiling?
You know, Larry, I do think that there is a euphoria in our country about the accomplishment that we stuck together, that President Obama did make a tough decision, and we all applaud that decision. It was very successful. We never gave up on getting bin Laden for what he did on 9/11. But when you start talking about the budget, the $14 trillion debt, and new taxes, a new health care reform bill, I don't think people are going to change their minds on fundamental issues because we are united in our fight against terrorism, and killing the spiritual leader of the terrorist organization that gave us 9/11, I think, is a victory for all of America, and I'm proud. But I also believe that a $14 trillion debt cannot be overcome with massive new taxes. I think that's the wrong approach, and I think no one else is going to change their minds about that on the other issue.
All right, so Bob Reich, am I hopelessly naive in thinking that the unity over killing Osama could possibly spill over into a budget deal?
Larry, I never think you're hopelessly naive about anything, even when you are being hopelessly naive. Look, I agree with the senator. There is a lot of good feeling now, but when it comes to the fundamental questions of are we going to increase taxes, are we going to cut entitlements, Republicans and Democrats are on so fundamentally different playing fields right now. It's very hard to see them come together. But I do think that what has happened over the last couple of days and killing Osama bin Laden, that may very well change the tone in Washington. No, Americans don't like the bickering, haven't liked it from the day one, don't like the deadlock. But the fact that we're coming together now, that we feel that we have done justice, that we have a certain degree of closure as to what has happened and what happened 10 years ago, I think that that may penalize those senators and those members of the House who are going to be strident and truculent and demeaning and just engage in name-calling. I think there will be just a more respectful attempt to get on with what has to be done.
Well, that's an important point, Senator Hutchison. Is that possible? A little lower the volume on the rhetoric and the tone. Did President Obama say anything about that? I mean, last night at this bipartisan White House dinner, what did he say? What was his message? Did he make any appeals for unity on a budget deal?
No, he really didn't. He stuck to the moment, which was everyone's complete respect for the decisions that he made regarding Osama bin Laden and the precision that the military used in carrying out that mission. And I think that was his whole message, and it was a good one, and we came together on that. But I do think we have fundamental differences on how to bring down this enormous debt that could kill our economy, and I think that we will be civil, and we should be civil. I don't think anyone believes that we should have harsh rhetoric. We have legitimate differences. Can we come together? Let me just say that I think on Social Security that we could come together. If the President would come to Congress with a plan, I think we are very close to closing the deficit in Social Security Trust Fund.
He didn't say if we kill Osama, we can kill the deficit. He didn't make that point. He didn't make any carryover. Now, Robert Reich, was this a missed opportunity by President Obama?
No, I don't think so, Larry. You know, what happens with regard to foreign policy and also the legacy of 9/11 and ultimately this precision and very precise, very tactical victory with regard to Osama bin Laden, in most people's minds has almost nothing, in fact, nothing to do with the long-term budget deficit. I don't think the president missed an opportunity, but over the next week or two, the president may appeal to that same sense of unity, that same sense that we are all in this together, not a bunch of isolated individuals, in trying to get Democrats and Republicans together to agree that there's got to be some tax increases and some cuts in entitlements.
Yeah, we did get down, though. One last one to Senator Hutchison. Secretary of the Treasury Geithner did move the drop-dead date for the debt ceiling from July 8th to August 2nd. Is that a little peace thing that's being put out there, Senator Hutchison? Just got a lot, 20 seconds.
Well, I would say that moving it to August 2nd meant that it was the last week that we would be in session, and it's always more productive to be up against a deadline. So I think that was the reason for that. And I do think that we have differences that will civilly be discussed.
Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison, thank you very much. Robert Rice, that's it for tonight's show. I'm still looking for unity, but I may have to wait a while. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Money Politics is sponsored by Exxon, taking